Welcome back to episode 2 of the hardcore series for Auction Not Included. So last episode didn't end too well. Everyone no longer exists in that playthrough, but we've gone ahead and started up another one, same place, same difficulty, same mods, and we're gonna go ahead and try to catch up to where we were last time and see how much further we get this time. So that just give me like a quick sped up montage. People we got: Stinky, Travaldo, same. Steve is our new guy. He's got good agriculture, good husbandry. He's gonna help take care of our basic starter food. This time we're going to have our duplicants not eat raw food right off the bat and hopefully avoid eating meat off their bathroom floor, even though they had perfectly good food in their meal box. But it's okay. It's whatever. It's fine. So I think we have a pretty good idea on how deadly these diseases are. So what I learned from last time was a couple key things. Keeping the food as clean as possible, keeping the duplicants from eating mush bars and instead eating mush fry, getting the bathrooms up and running as soon as possible, and getting tablets to cure food poisoning also as soon as possible. So building the base this time, I got food up and running as soon as I could and had the duplicants eat muck root until I could have duplicants grill the mush fry. So we're all caught up now, and I think we're about where we were before, a little bit ahead in certain places. We ain't got a mess hall, great hall built yet, but we do have ourselves a refrigerator, basic food creation, bathroom, food creation, and everything else. I'm building a little park over here. Hopefully duplicates can use it to, get a bit of morale, maybe. Food is something we're pretty much towing the line constantly with. We have 4 duplicates, so we're looking about, I think it's like 8,000 calories per day that we're eating. How do I view? I think it's up here. No, sorry. Colony summary. Okay. We are calories consumption. Yeah, we're eating about 6,000 calories a day. And meaning that we're having to produce a lot of mush fry, which is basically my big combatant at producing or reducing the uh, food poisoning germs that our duplicates are receiving. So our duplicates are receiving food poisoning germs because they're eating food poisoning contaminated food, which they get from their mush bars. I have no idea what's producing the food poisoning mush bars. It's not from the water, and they aren't getting the dirt from over here, so I don't know what's causing it. But I basically have them not eating mush bars, but only eating mush fry, because anything that's cooked in the electric grill loses all food poisoning germs, meaning they're eating food that doesn't have food poisoning, which is being very useful. Only issue is they have to wait until the mush fry is actually cooked. We are slowly but surely getting meal wood replaced down here to fill up all the meal wood that is required, right? We have 4 duplicates, that's 10 plants per for the hunger level that we're at. So that means we're going to need about 40 mealwood plants, hopefully soon, because I do have the upgrade for food, the hydroponic farms. We can go ahead and get some bristle blossoms going. Because if we do the food calculator, so with the Oni food calculator, with our difficulty, we're going to be looking at about 24 bristle blossom plants, which is significantly less. These are rows of 12, I believe. Yeah. So with rows of 12, you only need 2 rows. And that would help a lot. I'll probably end up moving the food, but yeah. Now, based on the fact that we're surrounded by slime mold, we're going to have to start building more vertically rather than horizontally, at least for the time being. And my usual method of just having a bunch of polluted oxygen everywhere that has a bunch of slime mold in it, we can't do that anymore because slime mold is lethal. It'll kill our duplicates. And while I do have the research done to start working on the medicine tree line, I need someone with actual doctoring skills to start actually really progressing down this line. So we can get things like the vaccine apothecary and shield generators, stuff like that. So hopefully That'll be useful. Should be. The UV cleaner is the big thing that I want, because it's basically a replacement to our chlorine room. Which, speaking of, I'm currently researching for lavatories so we can get an actual proper bathroom setup, because these lavatories that we have right now, or outhouses, are basically just a breeding house for germs. Which, speaking of, we're probably going to go ahead and put in our germ catcher right over here and hope that it can maybe start collecting some food poisoning germ, and we can maybe get some research going for that. Another sad thing is the fact that these shine bugs produce a small amount of radiation, which it does say mostly safe, but based off our difficulty choice we chose, the I'm worried they're going to start getting sick from it. There's a high chance they won't, because I actually don't really know what the high difficulty means for radiation. I don't know if it means that they're easy to get radiation poisoning or not, but I don't really want to risk it. So we're just gonna have to do a little bit of a culling here. Try not to kill our hatch that's hanging out here. But yeah, we're gonna take out those poor shine bugs. They'll go after them. I guess they're at a bit of a rest time right now. There they go. Perfect. Alright, so we got our next duplicate, and having the curative towels will be really useful. And I know taking on another duplicate is gonna kind of suck for now, because of the food issue. However, May here would be a good doctor and good at decorating, and she's immune to food poisoning. Right? So we can go ahead and start working on getting our hospital set up and getting research into the UV cleaner and stuff like that set up. So all in all, I think it's a good idea. We'll have to see if it bites us in the butt later. So we're going to go ahead and bring in May. And we're going to throw her onto... Well, she could stay on that schedule. And then we're going to go into skills. And May... First things first, medicine, compounding, doctoring. So this allows her to use the sick bay. This allows her to use the disease clinic. Okay, alright. And this allows her to use the apothecary. Perfect. So we're going to do priorities, May. She's good at doctoring, and she's good at decorating. And we want to make sure no one else can decorate. So no one's allowed to decorate except for May. But she's not going to be doing any decorating yet, not until she gets her masterwork. Alrighty, so I went ahead and moved our germ catcher outside of the room and gone ahead and put a deodorizer so we can kind of prevent any polluted oxygen spreading out with our food poisoning germs. I was a little late on some of them, but I think we're still pretty good on germs. I'm gonna make this our great hall and turn this into our kitchen. And then I'm thinking about putting in our doctor's office about here. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that going. Alright, we got our great hall and our kitchen reset up. The only issue is we really need to figure out our bathroom situation before we start working on a doctor's office. So I'm go ahead and started a basic bathroom setup, and then we're going to replace these outhouses down here with a liquid reservoir to hold all of our dirty water, and we'll start pumping in the clean water from, I'm thinking, over here. So we're going to go ahead and start getting that set up. So one thing that's a little annoying is I'm just barely producing enough food for my duplicates to survive every day. Meaning about half my duplicates are busy, just making food constantly. Meaning production work is very slow, and we start every day with literally no food, which is a little annoying. But it's working slowly but surely. Eventually, when these bristle blossoms grow, it'll give us a big chunk of food that'll help for a little bit. Then we can get our second row of bristle blossoms to go, and that should help in the long run, and slowly but surely Steve will get critter ranching. We can start getting some barbecue set up. And with barbecue, the food situation will be a lot better. We have duplicants actually focusing on their work every day instead of just having to immediately run away because they, have to go eat. So I almost got this set up, and then when I do, I'll be back. All right, so our first batch of bristle blossoms have grown, which is exciting because they're producing floral scent, which will help reduce stress and also take up spaces that food poisoning germs could take up. And our bathroom is working. It's set up, so that's a positive. I've gone ahead and replaced the outhouses down here, and we're going to move the germ catcher further in, and hopefully it'll be a bit more productive. We really haven't had any food poisoning outbreaks so far, and I think it's mainly just because I'm making sure they eat only cooked food, which so far has been a very successful way of going about this. I think the next big thing is definitely getting that doctor's office set up so we can start researching for the UV cleaner. Because once we get that set up, then we can start having a cycled bathroom with the clean water. Because the way this mod works is you can't do the normal in-game thing where you just cycle the same water back into the outhouses and stuff, or the lavatories, because the mod is set up basically saying water that has food or germs in it, if it's used in sinks or lavatories and stuff, the duplicants will then gain food poisoning germs on their body rather than becoming clean, which is realistic and makes sense. So we actually need to clean the water before we utilize it. So that's pretty much what we're going to be working on next, while also slowly but surely fixing our food problem. Alrighty, so I gone ahead and set up a quick carbon skimmer and water sieve to take care of sieve to take care of all the carbon dioxide that's building up down here. And our duplicants are spending a lot of time on our manual generators, so we're gonna go ahead and start working on coal generators. The only issue is we do not have smart batteries researched yet, nor do we have refined metal researched yet. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get those done quickly so we can set up that so it can be efficient and not burn away all of the coal that we have. The only issue is this, like I said, with the food situation, it's really hard to get anything done because it's very slow and tedious. And hopefully, maybe eventually we can get this set up. So the food situation is starting to get really bad. So we're gonna have to emergency place down our pitcher pump because we ran out of water. And people like May are starting to get pretty low on calories. Yep, we got 2 people starving already. We're gonna bump these up to priority now. Hopefully get some food in here. Prevent these people from starving. Yes, yes, yes. Research done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, come on, come on! Who's still starving? May? What are your calories at? 226. Oh god, it's getting very low, and the power... Oh... That's gonna blow it. think May is the one with the least amount. Oh, 55 calories. May's gonna die. May's gonna die. I can't do anything about it. Consumables allow them to eat mush bars, maybe? I mean, there's... Nope. Nope, couldn't make it in time. Let's bump these back down to priority 9. Well, that really stinks. May was a really good duplicant. Granted, May is one of our newer duplicants, but she was our resident doctor. Which means we're now going to have to replace her. That stinks a lot. Well, I guess let's go set up some sort of area for gravestones. Well, everyone has food poisoning now, which is not the best. We got people starving because they're throwing up, and... Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Travoldo is currently getting his mind wiped, so hopefully I can skill him up into doctoring. Maybe I can get some curative tablets up and running really quickly, and then that can help. Then I can cure everyone with food poisoning. At least that's the goal right now. I've only had a couple people throw up. We haven't thrown up at the main water supply yet, which is good. So we just got to get this done, like, quick. Travoldo is just not going to be able to research for a hot second here. The only issue is now we have people starving because they're throwing up, which means they're consuming more food, which is not good because we were just producing enough food each cycle. Alright, come on, Travoldo. Oh, that's going to go straight into the main water supply. Alright, skills, Travoldo, down here, medicine. That should allow him to use this. Curative tablets, 3 of those bad boys. Priority now. Okay, I think... Okay, I saved the main water supply. We're getting those curative tablets going. Oh, Stinky, don't you dare throw up while on that ladder. Okay, who's vomiting? And where? Bathroom? That's fine, you can vomit over there. Come on. Who else is vomiting? Alright, y'all can vomit in the bathroom, that's fine. Come on, Travoldo. You literally have one job. Get over there and do it, please. Okay. Alright, that's first curative tablet. Vomiting in the kitchen? Not the best place to vomit, honestly. He ate the curative tablet. It's not... Is 100% not helped Steve yet. Oh no, because 0.3 cycles. Oh, okay, so rapidly is getting rid of it. Who died? Stinky? Starving to death. Oh gosh. We've lost our mascot. Oh my gosh. And there goes Travoldo. Great. I mean, losing all the other duplicants, okay. Losing Stinky, that is an absolute just slap in the face. This is a lot harder than I thought. Like one outbreak of food poisoning, it's done. It's game over. Like all your duplicates die. Oh, we were doing so good too. Damn. So attempt 2 was a failure because of food, and my best solution I could think of is to focus on bristle blossoms to begin with, just to skip mealwood. I also expanded rapidly by digging out for muckroot, and that helped buffer the food a bit. On top of that, I decided to keep it to 3 duplicates for as long as I could, and only increase the population when the food was absolutely stable. As well as the local shine nymph population kindly donated their eggs for omelets to help buffer the food for a couple cycles, and it was semi-successful. One thing that was extremely helpful was the addition of hydroponic farms this time, as well as going straight to bristle blossoms. I combined that with the farming station, which allowed the bristle blossoms to fill out the entire farm quicker, as well as being harvested quicker and producing a lot more food output. This helps with the food situation, as well as keep the duplicates low for as long as I did. On top of that, the fourth duplicate I accepted was a dedicated chef. Their entire job was nothing but cooking and making sure the food is delivered and such, which really helped with the distribution of labor, right? The farmer could go down constantly, uh, fertilize all the plants while the chef is upstairs, cooking all the food. This allowed me to not have a food issue and actually build up a abundance of food, which would then allow me to bring in more duplicates later. So we're going to go ahead and take up our fifth duplicate now, and I'm thinking it's going to be a doctor. So let's go ahead and reroll one. I literally couldn't ask for a better roll here. We got doctoring, decorating, germ resistant, and iron gut. So this May can be our go-to artist and our go-to doctor, as well as the ability, she's not going to get infected easily, hopefully, and she isn't going to have issues with food poisoning, which is our main germ issue, which is a germ issue I think we're going to have throughout the entire game, right? So as long as we have as many duplicates as we can who are immune to food poisoning, that's for the best, right? So we're gonna go ahead and print that, and I think she's gonna be our first person on the new schedule. So let's make that new schedule. We'll go ahead and bump these here, start bath time here, bedtime over here, and May can go there. So May will have the priority of decorating and doctoring, and decorating disallowed except for May, who can do it. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and start getting this place set up to be a proper doctor's office. And in the meantime, we're gonna start setting up our hatch ranch up here as well. Alrighty, so we got our hospital set up down here. It's basic, just they wash their hands when they enter and leave. We have our test samples and curative tablets being made here. Keeping curative tablets equals the amount of duplicates I have, just in case. In the meantime, I also have this germ catcher going, which should actually be catching polluted or food poisoning, but I think there's more. Yeah, I think there's more floral scent going around, and I think that's why it's trying to catch that rather than the food poisoning, which is a little annoying, but I'll figure it out. Up here, though, we have our ranch, which is 96 tiles, so it's 108 tiles from door to wall, but 96 tiles on the inside utilizing this door, airflow tile, and airflow tile over here. This means that we can go ahead and throw all of our duplicates, not duplicates, the hatches on this side, and they'll be kind of close together, but still not get overcrowded when we have 8 of them. So now we're just kind of waiting for them to get wrangled up and thrown up there. We don't have enough sedimentary rock to feed them, to turn them into stony hatches. So we're going to have to utilize some sandstone for now until we can get some more sedimentary rock. Only just because our sedimentary rock is with, you know, our slime lung, which we really can't interfere with until we have like proper suiting to go out that far. Alright, so this is my idea. I got ourselves a vacuum room and I'm storing all of our polluted dirt and raw piles and stuff like that in here. Right, so it's going to off-gas polluted oxygen that has food poisoning germs, meaning our germ catcher is only going to be focusing on food poisoning germs. So this is kind of our food poisoning room. Also, I've gone ahead and set our disinfectant 1 germ, and then just picking the things that are constantly going to be infected, like the lavatories and this container, to just disable disinfect. Meaning anything that has polluted germ or any type of germs that are in the main base, automatically disinfect it, just to be safe. So we have our first food poisoning victim of Travaldo. He got it from germ-covered barbecue. Because I'm still having issues with even if cooking things, stuff still gets food poisoning. But he's immediately gonna take a curative tablet, a pill, which should mean that he's not gonna, yeah, he's only gonna have it for half a day now. Just perfect. So just keep an eye on him. And hopefully I was able to, yep, food poisoning flask. Which I should be able to use to research into the sick bay and stuff. Let's make another curative tablet to make up for the one that we... food poisoning flask, medical research. Here we are. So then, bump this up to priority 6. May should come take care of it. So I'm curious as to how much research we're going to get out of this. Just one? Really? Huh. Alright, well, let's make 14 more test sample flasks and see how that goes. So in the meantime, while that's being made, I kind of want to use this neurovacillator. It's been sitting over here. Plus we have some thimble reeds that we can pick up. So I'm going to utilize this water as kind of like a water lock to make sure none of this actual slime lung gets past. Because I'd really hate for that to happen. There shouldn't be any slime lung infection because it's not in the air. It's just on this one block. So I'm just going to leave it be and see what happens. Alright, Stingy. Hopefully we get immortality. Let's go! There we go! That's exactly what I wanted. As we all know, Stinky is the best duplicant and the mascot of this channel. So the fact that we can keep him forever as long as he doesn't die from unnatural means, he now won't die from old age, which is perfect. And we can go ahead and recharge that when we start getting some rocketry enabled. Alrighty, so our new big issue is A, we're filling up on our dirty water, right, that we can't cycle back into the system because of the new mod. So we need to clean it, and we can usually clean it via chlorine room, right? But I want to utilize the UV cleaner, right? I want to utilize, oh, where is it? Right here, UV cleaner. But I can't utilize it until we get more medical research, which apparently is only one per vial, which really sucks. Um, so we have enough vials to get the sick bay and the hand sanitizer set up, but the UV cleaners later on. The issue with the UV cleaner is it says it removes almost all germs from liquids, so I'll really have to test it. In the meantime, I'm gonna need chlorine for other things. And here's my plan. I'm thinking the kitchen is gonna be a room full of chlorine because food, any raw food right now, is covered in food poisoning germs, especially meat. And so, if we plan on having barbecue as like a big thing, our kitchen needs to be a sterile environment. And for it to be a sterile environment, it needs to be chlorine, right? Because chlorine kills germs. So, if we make it a chlorine filled room, then it'll kill off the germs of the raw meats that are in here, and it'll kill off the germs, the surface germs on our refrigerator and our electric grill. Uh, that should hopefully help keep things clean, is the idea. Or the kitchen itself isn't full of chlorine, but the food that's made is immediately moved into a room full of chlorine. It's cleaned and then packaged out and then brought to the duplicants to eat, is the idea. Either way, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm thinking we're going to try that out as soon as we get chlorine. I think we're going to start digging lower. I think if we can dig out this area right here and then start digging into being able to get this chlorine and hydrogen and stuff, maybe grabbing a bit of bleach stone, we can start working on that. So I think expansion's our next big thing we're going to want to do. And eventually we want to be able to start handling things like the slime lung. But before we do that, we need to completely isolate our base and make it its own little pocket, and then have gas masks to leave the base. So I think we're going to go ahead and work on that. So our teleporter, right, is surrounded by slime. Which is going to be an issue in the long run, right? We want to be able to have duplicants safely get into here, but the issue is we can't get too close to the right because then duplicants will get too cold, right? And they'll start taking frostbite damage, which is from one of the mods that we have, diseases restored. So we either would have to warm up this area to get around, or we'd have to have suits, Atmos suits, which we don't have Atmos suits right now. The Atmos suits is something we can work towards soon, to fully protect us. My other idea is if we go down here into refinement, we have algae distillers, which refines slime into algae, right? And we have the issue of slime lung. So the idea is taking all of this slime and mining it out into this in this isolated chunk, right? We'll make another water lock so it doesn't spread out over here. We'll take all of the slime, right, and dump it into water so it doesn't off gas and spread slime lung too much. Filter out all the gas, right, and then slowly filter the slime into algae. Throw that into a chlorine room, clean it of slime lung germs. Then we have new algae to use. So it's going to be a bit of a slow process, but I think that's the idea. So I'd say all in all, we'll probably end the video here. This video is getting pretty long. But we got a lot done. I think we're finally at a point where the base is sustainable enough to not just die any moment. We have backup plans. We've dug out this large area. We've isolated ourselves. We have plenty of oxygen, and we're going to start expanding out and taking care of the outside world. Now, the next video's goal is definitely going to try to find a way to increase the amount of stuff the germ catchers collect, our vials, maybe purposely get some duplicants sick to get as many vials as we can out of them. Then I'm thinking we're going to start that slime refinement process I was mentioning before. But I hope you all have a nice day. Thank y'all for watching. I did a little bit more editing in this video because I wanted to try it out and see how it felt. So if y'all really liked it, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment about it. If y'all think I should do some more editing in my videos or less editing, you want to see more of the gameplay, just say so. But I hope y'all have a nice day. Bye-bye.